Alright, hey guys, it's the CCG back in the video. With this video, we're going over my Fire King deck profile and this post Fire King structure deck. So we're gonna get started here. I run 2 copies of Garanix. This card is able to be brought out pretty easily. You're usually gonna get summon this card out using something like Sanctuary of the Fire Kings to pop your Ponix. You can search this out. Use Garanix here, bring it out. And then the nice thing about his effect is that you can pop a Fire Beast, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast monster from your hand or deck. So that gives you a lot of value as you're able to pop something like Kirin, or you can pop a Barong, and that'll give you something to do during your opponent's turn. And then I run 3 copies of Fire King High Avatar Kirin. This card's amazing as it's able to special summon itself out during either player's turn by popping a fire monster in your hand or face of field. And of course, it's going to trigger effects just by doing that. And if this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Fire King monster from your hand or grave. Then you can destroy a card in the field. It's a very easy way to just kind of build on to this monster after getting rid of it. And then 3 copies of Ponix. This card has really brought life to the deck here and is the reason why we're running the whole Snake Eye Diabelistar engine. And yeah, Ponix is just very powerful. You're going to see a 1-card combo with the combos video, and then just other combos that utilize this card heavily. As it's able to search out a Fire King spell or trap, you're usually going to be able to use that to search out Sanctuary of the Fire Kings, and then from there set up your field spell pretty easily. So I run 2 copies of Arvada here. This card is going to be your monster effect negate, and the way it works is just that you negate an effect by destroying 1 other fire monster in your hand or field. So of course you're going to be able to activate a bunch of Fire King monster effects by using a negate like that. 2 copies of Barong, because this card is a nice target to pop for Garanix here in order to be able to add a Fire King card from your deck to your hand. 1 copy of Hanuman. So the nice thing about this card is that it's going to be your spell trap negate. Now as for the Diabelistar Snake Eye monsters, I run 3 copies of Diabelistar the Black Witch, as we're going to be able to utilize this card to just go straight into your Snake Eye engine. And you know, using this because Snake Eye, the reason you're really running Diabelistar here is so you can go into Snake Eye Ash, use Ash's effect here. Works really well with Ponix, and because we have level 1 fire targets in the form of Fire King Ponix, it just works really well with the deck. And yeah, 3 copies of Diabelistar the Black Witch, and we run 1 copy of Snake Eye's Flambridge Dragon. This card is able to add a monster, put it onto your continuous spell or trap zone. And the main thing you're going to be doing with this card is that if this is sent from the hand or field to the grave, you can special summon 2 level 1 fire monsters from your grave. So great targets for that is Excel and your legendary Fire King Ponix, and 1 copy of Ash here. Ash is going to be your summon, and then you can use it to search out Ponix, and from there go straight into combo. And as for the hand traps, I run 3 copies of Duel and Lockbird, 3 copies of Ash Blossom, and 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. So you can just choose what you want to play with here. These are just the ones that I decided to utilize, and I think work pretty well with the deck. 1 copy of Triple Attack Talents, because it's just a good filler spot, and if your opponent happens to interact during your turn, punish it a bit. 1 copy of the original Sinful Spoils Snake Eye. This card, by sending 1 other face-up card you control to the grave, you can special summon 1 level 1 fire monster from your hand or deck. So of course, this is a great way to get out Ash, and then going into Ponix. 1 copy of Called by the Grave, because hand traps. 1 copy of Circle of the Fire King. So this card's a little more of a fun tech card to put into the deck, even though it is like directly related to the archetype. I've been seeing a lot of people drop this card, but there's a fun little combo you can do with this card. Being able to utilize this to pop a card during your opponent's turn, pop 1 of your own cards during your opponent's turn, something like Garanix, and then being able to use Kirin's effect during that turn. You're going to see it all in the combos video, but this is what I decided to run. You can cut it if you'd like, but yeah. 3 copies of Wanted Seeker of Sinful Spoils. This is going to be your Diabelistar Search. 1 copy of Fire King Sacred Immolation. So Immolation here is going to just give you a bunch of pop value, so just want to utilize that. 3 copies of Sanctuary of the Fire Kings. This is going to be your way of getting out your field spell and also being able to exceed summon during your opponent's turn to get out the crazy new boss monster. And 2 copies of Fire King Island. This card just provides a lot of value, being able to pop a monster you control, hand or control, and if you do, you can add a Fire King monster from your deck to your hand. Very great way of just going straight into your combo. Alright guys, before I go to the extra deck, if you are enjoying the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get started here. 1 copy of Zeus, because we have a good amount of exceeds here, so we're gonna be we want to have the chance to be able to utilize Zeus here. 1 copy of Sky Crisis. So this card's pretty insane, just being able to give you an ability to clear out your opponent's board if they just set up a bunch of powerful monsters. Yeah, just a great card, very powerful. You want to run at least 1 copy of that. 1 copy of Hyang of the Fire King. So this is Garanix Eternity, and the way you're going to be utilizing this card is just during your opponent's turn. you can exceed summon into it. Usually you're going to get out your Kieran and your Garanix. These are 2 level 8 monsters. You can exceed, go into Garanix Eternity, and then from there you can destroy all of their monsters in the field. So it's a pretty easy board wipe. And then 1 copy of Coach King Giant Trainers, just if you need a few more draws. Orcus of the Evening Star, just a great generic 8. Same thing with Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord, but here it's going to be a monster negate. And then for the Link monsters, I run 1 copy of Exoscope Talker, just because it's pretty easy to go into this. Same thing with Appaloosa, you're going to see that it may be a little weird, but because we have cards like our Snake Eye, Flamberge Dragon, we can actually bring out a bunch of monsters like Ash and Ponix back from the grave, and then Link summon Palooza pretty quickly and easily. Then we have 1 copy of the Eco Talker Heat Soul. Pretty easy to get out, just as I covered with the other cards, and it can give you a nice little draw that you might need. We have the Heat of the Fire Charmer Ablaze. People run Ash a lot, so being able to use this card, get it out, Link Climb, is nice. Solomon Great Sunlight Whiff, being able to recycle materials is pretty easy with this deck because of this card. 1 copy of SP Little Knight. It's just a great generic Link 2 that you're going to be seeing on a lot of decks. 1 copy of IP Masquerena, because you're going to want to be able to Link summon during your opponent's turn. 1 copy of Link Haribo and Relinquished Anima, just because we have a bunch of level 1 monsters. Well, we only have 4, but we're going to be using them so much that in case something happens, you want to be able to get rid of them pretty quickly. And that's why we have these 2 Link 1 monsters. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to stay tuned for the combos video. It's going to be coming out real soon. And yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.